Hi everyone, I hope you're well, thanks for clicking on the video. They really kept the momentum rolling in episode 2 of Cyberpunk Edgerunners. I absolutely loved it. The episode starts off right where we ended the first episode, which is where David has decided he's going to install the cyberware he has on him. It's military grade, and he's just had enough of the position he's in life. I think it's fair to say from the following scenes that David was not prepared for the pain that this operation brings. And the animators at Trigger did such a great job. They did this scene so much justice. The colours, the contrast is just beautiful. Fantastic work by them. I really enjoyed it. And as you can imagine, there's only one place that David intended on going as soon as the operation was over, and that's straight to that preppy bastard at Arasaka Academy who gave him all the trouble in the first episode. And oh my god, David Martinez puts a beat down on this boy. It was amazing to watch. Everybody loves a little bit of poetic justice, you know what I mean? Especially when it's a preppy bastard like this young kid. It turns out the kid's father is some higher up corpo for Arasaka, and the guy takes an interest in David because of the cyberware he has installed, right? It turns out this cyberware is actually really dangerous, and they're a little bit confused as to how Martinez is functioning so well with it installed. So I'm really intrigued as to where that part of the storyline goes. Right, I'm really intrigued. That's going to be super interesting. And again, just like the last episode, really, they did such a good job of dipping in and out of these high and low moments. So the next few scenes, again, this washing machine scene I loved. It's such a great moment of reflection for David. It helps us to get a really good idea of where David's head is at, right? So moving on, and what the vast majority of this episode is based on is developing the relationship between this new character, Lucy, this absolute badass, and David. They really build on what we believe is a love interest, right? For the majority of the episode, it isn't until the last second that we find out what her true intentions are. I think there's a lot of potential between David and Lucy. Despite her betrayal, I still believe there's a lot of synergy between these two characters, right? Like when they're on the screen, you really believe in their relationship and the bond they have with one another, or seemingly the bond they have with one another, right? Turns out that Lucy's kind of deceiving and manipulative even, perhaps. And even though the way this episode ended, right, like I said, I really do like the relationship between these two characters, and I do think that they're going to explore it more, right? The way they opened up to each other in Lucy's apartment, although it was followed by a betrayal, I do genuinely think that there was some honesty in what she was saying to David when they were opening up to each other on the moon, right? She shares a brain dance with David where they go to the moon, and it's just such a beautiful scene between the two of them. I don't believe that was all fake. There has to be some real chemistry between them, you know what I mean? And I do think they're going to explore that more in the coming episodes. I don't believe this is the end of Lucy and David's relationship, not one bit. This scene here when Lucy saves David from the people who you think you could trust the most, right? The people who are meant to be saving your life, when they're out to get you, like what little faith can you have in the city you live in? But that scene was absolutely badass when they're going down the highway and she's driving the gurney, avoiding the cars. It was super sick. I love that scene a lot. I'm loving this show, man. 2 episodes in, I can't believe how fantastic it is. It's just hitting all of the notes I was hoping it would hit, between all the action scenes and the relationships between these unique characters in Night City. There's just so much to love, and this is just everything I was hoping for. They're just so seamless, like I said, at dipping in and out of these high and low moments. Like this episode, despite the bully beatdown at the beginning, it was quite a chill one, right? It was just kind of building on the relationship between these two characters, but they just do it so well, and they know when to sprinkle in the drama, when to bring the explosions, and it seems like they just do it at the perfect moments in the episode. Like I'm never at any point twiddling my thumbs during this episode. It's like from high point, low point, high point, low point. That the pacing of this show is brilliant. Like I'm really enjoying it. Like the way that they're progressing the story, I feel like we're actually making progress, which is the whole point, right? Like a lot of the times when you're watching a show, you can be 6 episodes in and you feel like you're still in the same place as you were 4 episodes ago. It's super frustrating, but we're not getting that at all with Cyberpunk Edgerunners, and I'm so glad. This is the brain dance scene I was telling you guys about earlier. It's just such a gorgeous scene, and they do such an amazing job of making you feel for these characters, right? Which is all we can ask. We just want to have a cast of characters that we can relate to and learn to love, and we've absolutely got that in this show so far. I'm so glad. If I had to give it an overall rating, I'd have to give it another 5 out of 5, just like the last episode. Like I said, this is hitting all of the points I was hoping it would hit. The action, the character development, the relationships between these guys, it's all amazing. They're doing such a good job. Please leave a like, guys, if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel for more Cyberpunk Edgerunners content. I'll be reviewing the whole entire first season. Please leave a comment down below if you have anything you'd like to share about the episode. I'd love to have a discussion down in the comment section. And yeah, thanks guys.